Hey everybody, welcome to 10 reasons to buy silver now and why you must not wait. It's my goal really in this video is to show you, at least to give you 10 reasons at the very least that will stir your curiosity to look into how and why silver and buying silver right now is and may very well be one of the smartest and wisest decisions that you can make. Certainly on the top 10 list of the decisions you need to make right now. I am so fortunate to have discovered and been introduced to silver. And well, anyway, let's get into the top 10 reasons here, and you can make your own decision and judge for yourself by the time we finish up. So reason number one, silver is the second most versatile commodity, second only to oil. And if you do any digging into silver as a commodity, you see that the medical uses and the technological uses for silver really are growing. And even those two industries alone, technologically and medically, we're not going to see demand cease up on that. That's only going to continue to grow. You know, we know that silver has some unique characteristics. It's reflective, conductive, antimicrobial. And the list goes on. Reason number two, silver is still affordable. If you look at the price of gold today, gold is still, for some of us it's a stretch. It's not in the stratosphere, but it's getting up there. And as it continues to climb in price, thousands and thousands per ounce, some are saying tens of thousands per ounce. Nevertheless, as it continues to go higher, gold's going to become, let's just call it for what it is, it's going to become tougher for the average person to get their hands on it. And so silver is still very much cheap. It's, as people struggle to make payments on cars, mortgages, you name it, coming up with 40, 50, 60, 100, 200, 300, heck, even $500 an ounce should silver hit that. It's certainly more affordable than buying an ounce, and that's for an ounce of silver. It's certainly more affordable than buying an ounce of gold for the average person. Reason number three, silver is the first element that may very well become extinct on the periodic table. If you look at silver used in industry, certainly in small quantities, it has been thrown away, if you will. It's been disposed of, not really preserved, treasured as gold has. You look at all kinds of even just movies, looking at that industry, whenever there's a treasure hunt, they're generally going after a treasure chest full of gold, not necessarily silver. And so, that kind of translates to real life and in industry. Silver's been used, sure, it's been used in industry and continues to be used, but if it certainly hasn't been treasured, and therefore there's been waste, and silver may very well, after all these years of wasting, it may very well become the first element extinct on the periodic table. Reason number four, stockpiles of silver are disappearing. And, as you look at silver as it's mined each and every year, we're consuming more of it than we're mining. And so, we don't really need to get into too much explanation here, but reason number four is straightforward. If the amount that's being consumed every year is more than what is being mined every year, then that's a dead end that we're soon to hit. Reason number five, gold to silver ratio is too large. If you look all throughout history, silver has been mined to gold and stuck to gold fairly closely. 1 ounce of gold usually to 10 ounces of silver, so the 1:10 ratio. Some say that it might be 1/20th. Some have even said that and called out a 1-to-1 ratio eventually. And if you look at how many ounces of silver today, as you're watching this video, it takes to buy an ounce of gold, you can see that we should be moving closer to the 1-to-10 ratio, and on the high side, the 1-to-1 ratio even. And so, but being that the ratio is out of whack at the moment, it looks to be, and certainly presents itself as an amazing opportunity to invest in silver at this point in time, certainly at this point in making this video. Reason number six, silver is a component in practically every electronic device. certainly as the world continues to, as technology continues to increase and our love of it continues to increase, the demand to use silver in more and more electronic devices, and technologically speaking, of course, that demand is going to continue to increase. The use of silver is going to continue to increase, and as we mentioned in a previous reason, if we're consuming more than we're mining again, we're going to run into a situation where there's not going to be enough silver to really to satisfy the demand, certainly for, in this particular reason, for electronic devices. And that is, again, another positive feather in the cap of silver, if you will. Reason number 7, the banksters are running out of silver and their days are numbered. If you look at how many ounces of silver are registered at the COMEX, and then you look at how many ounces of silver are really, you just look at the inventory. It's a matter of looking in, just look at the number, the inventory numbers of silver. And really, when you look at those inventory numbers, they're just not lining up. There's a lot of people that are calling out the COMEX right now and saying that they just don't have what they say they have. And I'll let you dig further in that on your own, but essentially physical silver is and the availability of it is it's certainly leaving the banksters with their days numbered. Reason number 8, the silver market is small. And again, this ties in really to reason number 7. And I've heard it said, and I think this is the easiest way to sum it up. If somebody came in right now with about $1 billion, the silver, and bought, really that's probably the biggest stockpile of silver that at this point in time anyway, that would almost clean out the available silver in a pretty big way. It would shake the market up. Certainly the silver market compared to gold is so much smaller, and being that we've not even seen that yet, at least at this point of the video, me shooting the video here, again, it's another upside bullish sign for silver. And sooner or later, that's going to happen as more and more big players get their hands on silver. Reason number 9, the biggest owners of gold are the banks. And if you, again, study out who owns and who has the largest stockpiles of gold, it's going to lead and have a breadcrumb trail that goes back to the central banks of the world. So here you have what many report as the reason for the devaluing of the currency, and certainly as more and more fiat currency is printed, the value of those dollars certainly drop, and yet you've got the self-same institutions that are doing that, buying gold, and yet you don't hear too much about central banks that are buying a whole lot of silver. And history has shown that silver, in fact, has been used more times as money throughout history than gold. And so just a very simple logical reason here. Eventually you're going to see the banks wanting to get their hands on silver. And I think if you look at all of these reasons, more than anything else, I think what I want to relate to you that are watching this is that there's still a window of opportunity, right? This would be the top. This would be a horrible video if it was the top 10 or 10 reasons that you missed the boat. This is 10 reasons why silver is, at least at the time of this video, in my opinion, certainly one of the best investments for me in my financial situation. And I just encourage you to look into it for yourself. There's still, in my opinion, a window of opportunity that you really should investigate. All right, reason number 10, let's wrap this up. The media rarely talks about silver. If you look at how many, gold is probably talked about more often, and you hear about it in the media more often than silver. What does that mean? It means that most of the population certainly doesn't know about it. And once they do, and if the economic situation, and it certainly will, continues to get worse and things fall apart, people are going to look for a safe haven for their money. And if most of the population does not know about, because a lot of people get their information from news, then that again is another opportunity and certainly a sign to consider silver as an investment strategy for you to protect your wealth in the coming days, being that it is not even reported nearly as much as gold, and yet there are numerous. These are just 10 reasons. There are many reasons, but these are 10 big reasons that silver is still an amazing opportunity to protect and not only survive the economic situation, but to thrive through it and to enjoy coming out the other side a winner, really. So there's only so much I can talk about in this video, but I encourage you to check out healthycactus.org/buy silver. And again, just read up a lot of information there on the website. And hey, I appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe and friend my channel if this is something that is conducive with what you believe, and if this has helped you at all, make sure to leave a comment. Hey, and keep them clean, but definitely get involved, get the commentary going. And I wish you all the best. I sincerely do, and thank you for watching this video.